Good morning, everybody. Today is tattoo day. Today I am getting my left thigh tattooed. My appointment is at 10 a.m. and it's about like a 25-ish minute drive. So I'm up a little early. So I'm gonna make myself some breakfast, make sure I eat, take care of my dog, and then I guess get ready, chill for a bit, and then head out. So I am kind of nervous about it. My last thigh tattoo, if you guys have seen it, is a severely unfinished thigh tattoo from when I was like, I don't know, 19 years old. 19, and I just vaguely remember it hurting so badly. So badly. But I'm really excited, and I'll let you guys see what it looks like at the end, and kind of give like my review on everything, the pain, etc., etc. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get into the mental zone for it and get ready to go. I'm gonna try to film a little bit. I don't know if I'll film much while I'm in there. It's a new artist that I'm going to, a new shop, and I'm still kind of in that whole like social anxiety kind of thing of like filming out in public and stuff like that. So I don't know how much I will get of the actual tattooing and stuff like that. Maybe on my next one, feel a little bit more comfortable doing so. But either way, you'll find me back at the end to yap about the experience and about the tattoo, etc., etc. So yeah, let's do this. Hello. I am back. It is now a few days since I got the tattoo done. I'd say like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days or so. After I got done with the tattoo, I was just exhausted. Just it drained me real bad. And then by the time I got done, I was in rush hour traffic trying to get back home. Took like almost an hour to get back home. Traffic was pretty bad. And I was trying to get home before it started storming because it ended up storming really bad that night. So once I got home, I kind of just ate, took care of my dog, and just relaxed until it was time to go to bed. So I didn't really get any footage then, but I'm back now to kind of give my, I don't know what you call it. I don't want to say a review, not a review. I guess just like my final thoughts and, show you guys what it looks like so far. It's starting to get into that like peeling process, if you will. And it's not itchy yet, but still a little tender. But yeah, let me go over the final whatevers. So off the bat, pain wise, I will say I was absolutely terrified of the pain for this tattoo. The only personal like idea I had of what it felt like was from my severely unfinished fear and loathing tattoo on my right leg that I got back in when I was 19, whenever that was, when I was 19. And I just remember going through just the basic outline. Didn't even finish the outline. I was in so much pain. I tapped. But back then, that was getting tattoos in apartments, and I had the ability to just be like, no, I don't want to do it. So now I kind of take pride in the fact that, like, when I go to a shop, I value my time, but I also value the artist's time. So if I'm there and they've cleared out their schedule for me to sit and get tattooed, I'm going to sit and get tattooed. So I definitely feel now the older I've gotten a lot better at sitting for tattoos. So, but I didn't really have an idea of what to expect pain wise. But I was like terrified. And I keep telling myself, and others keep telling myself, they're like, Brandy, you have your whole chest just blasted wall to wall. Wasn't that excruciating pain? Yes, it was excruciating pain. But I assumed the leg was also going to be just a different type of excruciating pain. So I was still very, very nervous about it. But I got to the shop. I, sat outside for a little bit and kind of gathered myself. And then I went in. And honestly, the entire beginning part went everything, I mean, the whole thing went really smooth. The entire thing went smooth. But like, this is my first time meeting this artist. Being in the military, you move a lot. So, I'd be here, I'd find an artist that I liked, I'd get a piece, and then next thing you know, I'm PCSing, I'm moving to a whole different state, and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And so now I'm not in the military anymore. I'm kind of happy to be able to like find an artist that I really like and that I can stick with and consistently go to and not have to flip flop around like I always have. Not saying I didn't get good work flip flopping, but it is nice to kind of finally have like a cohesive, like go to person that I can always go to and schedule with. So pretty much we got there, well, I got there, and, I saw the stencil, and we spoke about, like, the size. I kind of, in my head, had an idea of it being smaller, but upon getting there and, like, seeing the drawing in person and seeing how it looked, it definitely called for it to be a bigger piece. So it's more readable, it's easier to see, you're not squeezing stuff in there, and it just all over looks a lot better. And I definitely agreed with my artist and was like, let's keep it that size. I don't want to go any smaller than that. So we placed the stencil, figured out like where it's gonna go, moved it like once just to make sure everything kind of lined up well, and then we let the stencil dry, and then next thing you know, it was time to start rocking and rolling, and I was so nervous, like sitting there so nervous. But to my pleasant surprise, it didn't hurt that bad initially. Initially. The lining for me wasn't horrible. Even going into like the inner thigh part, which I was pretty scared about, it really didn't hurt that bad. It was manageable. I was able to chit chat. My artist he was super cool. Like the entire tattoo time, it was just chit chat yapping, and it made the whole experience so comfortable, and just like it, like when you have to, like, for me, some folks listen to music, some folks got to be on their phone, just different things to kind of help you get through the pain. Me being able to yip yap and run my mouth and have like conversation and stuff, that really helps me a lot. So it definitely helped with this tattoo because the conversations were A1 the entire time. But back to the tattoo, the lining didn't really hurt that bad. It was super bearable. I felt fine. It was great. Even the parts where I was just like, oh man, that's gonna hurt real bad. It's gonna hurt real bad. I was fine. Now, that didn't last too long because as soon as we started the shading and we went back over and we were starting back over on the side that's already been, tattooed at that point, straight liquid fire. Baby, it hurt so bad. So bad. It was night and day. It was night and day. And it's just because the skin's already been tattooed over and it rested for a while, got its bearing back, and then all of a sudden you come back with multiple more little tattoo needles, and leg was not happy about it. Was not happy about it at all. But I mean, we pushed through, and we pushed through, and we got through it. I'm not even gonna lie. Certain points I was texting my bestie being like, girl, I might have to tap out. And I'd show her it, and she's like, you're almost done. Like, You can power through it. Like, you got it. And I did. I powered through because I just kept thinking and kept looking and like thinking like how rad this tattoo is gonna look once it's done. And that's like what gets me through a lot of my tattoo sessions is just thinking like you're gonna look so freaking rad. You have to sit through this tattoo. It's gonna be so cool. Like just sit through it. And that kind of powers me through it. But tattoo eventually finished. We powered through. We made it. It was time to wipe it down, make sure there wasn't any like little missing pieces, go back and like hit some spots just to like give it that old razzle dazzle. And we were done, right? This just done. And I was so exhausted. Like, I know it sounds maybe crazy to some folks, but like you feel like you were just like working out or something, you know, because your body tenses up because of pain, so your muscles are tensing and things like that. So it was a little workout, but you feel exhausted, you feel worn out, and like it takes a lot out of you. But it was done, wiped it down, took a couple pictures, like went over aftercare and whatnot, and that was pretty much it. Got in my car after I paid, got in my car and sat in traffic for 575,000 years and then got home and then the rest is history. My overall like feeling of the experience was it was a good experience. Like I could honestly say that was probably the most comfortable and like best tattooing experience I've probably had thus far in like my adult life. Not to say I didn't have good like experiences and good appointments with other folks, but this one just felt very much like very relaxed, very comfortable. It felt like I was like hanging with a friend. You know what I mean? Yip yapping with a friend, getting tattooed. Like it felt very comfortable. It felt like you're with friends, you're with family, and that made the experience so much better. Especially when you're sitting there fighting for your life in pain. It just makes the whole experience so much better. And honestly, the pricing's really good, and he does really, 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 really great black and gray work. And I'm already thinking about what's next, what's my next plan, you know, for my next tattoo. Like, and he said it perfectly. He had said, like, once you start getting a bunch of tattoos, you don't really look at your tattoos anymore. You just start seeing empty spaces. And baby, that's facts. Because now I'm looking at my leg and I'm like, oh, I gotta fill the shin, I gotta get the calf, I gotta get this, I gotta all these little spots, and like that's all I can think about now. But again, really great work, a really amazing artist. I'm gonna link his Instagram in the description box. So if you guys find yourself in my area or if you live in my area, check him out. Really great work, really great pricing. But yeah. So the idea behind the tattoo, as you guys have already seen already, it's Bobby Hill, my spirit animal. Low key, high key, obsessed with Bobby Hill. If you know me, you know, you know. You've seen all my Bobby Hill memorabilia and merch, if you will. That's my spirit animal. So I want my whole left leg to be King of the Hill themed. And so I'm going to pick four of my favorite core characters, and those will be the big pieces on the front and back, you know, of the like upper and bottom leg, lower leg. And then maybe a quote, usually a quote because the quotes are impeccable from that show. And then just some filler stuff that's related to Texas and to the show as well. So far, everybody's loving it. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's great. And I love showing it off. But yeah, I think future for me, tattoo wise, is going to the shin, which I am also terrified about. Just the whole leg in general gives me the heebie jeebies, basically. But that, I think, is going to be my next spot. And I think next time I'm going to try to do a better job of like getting you guys actual footage of like the tattooing, of the stenciling, of like before and after, and things like that, just so you guys have like a little bit more content. I know, I know y'all love to hear me yap. I get it. But I know that you guys probably want a little bit more content and stuff like that. So my next tattoo session, I'm gonna make sure that I get more content, I film more so that you guys can have more, and it's, better quality videos for y'all. Cue tattoo footage montage. Well, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you guys again for being here and hanging out with me while I yapped about this tattoo. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and leaving comments and interacting with me. I really appreciate it. So, if you like this video, consider giving it a like. If you enjoyed me or my content, if you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. I would love that. And again, leave comments below. What's your opinion on the tattoo? Go easy on me. I'm sensitive. But like, what's your next tattoo idea? Are you getting tattooed soon? Are you a black and gray kind of person? Do you prefer color? What kind of style? Do you also love King of the Hill? I hope so. If not, I still love you all. But leave a comment and let's interact. But again, thank you guys for hanging out, watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Be easy.